This connection was written in the stars, but will it survive Earth? So this is a collective message. So trust your intuition. If that title is tugging at you, then possibly it is meant for you. So we're going to look at the soul level connections that feel very fated, but that actually come with very real 3D complications. So we're going to look at written in the stars. Spirit, for the viewer, let us look at why this connection feels predestined. You knew each other before, you've maybe met in dreams, you finished each other's sentences. This was never random. We have got the Ace of Pentacles and the Chariot at the bottom of the deck. Now we're going to look at the earthly obstacle. So here's the challenge. This is the challenge in this union in the 3D world. Is it distance? Is it fear? Is it another relationship? Is it timing? What do we need to know, please, Spirit? What do we need to know? We have got the Six of Swords. Some soul connections, they're not just emotional or spiritual, they're actually meant to become real. And pile number one, it opens up with this Ace of Pentacles. And tarot never fails to amaze me, because we asked this question was what was written in the stars? And right at the very center of this, the first card out, there's a star in the center of this pentacle. And to me, this is very much acknowledging the very question that we had asked. This Ace of Pentacles, it reminds us that just because we don't consciously remember the plan, it doesn't mean that it wasn't real. So this is for those who really sense their bond is not imagined, but embodied, it's grounded, it's destined. And with this Chariot, it is moving forward. Of course, we're going to go through all the cards in detail, but the Chariot, it's talking about forward movement. So this is talking about personal willpower. And again, this is for someone whose counterpart might be on their way back, or for those that feel that they're finally strong enough to carry this love into the next phase. And pile two is bringing in that Six of Swords. And this is a sacred journey of moving through something heavy and painful toward healing. So this pile might be for those that are in separation. Certainly distance might be part of it. And there could be some sort of emotional withdrawal. Before we go on into any of the bigger interpretations, I want to pull an oracle card. Spirit, may we please have a look. Is this going to survive the earthly lessons? Is it going to survive? Let's have a look. What do we need to know? We've got affluence and we've got star-crossed. How interesting. Again, going back to the stars. Bottom of the deck, we have got love magic. Let's put these aside for now and then go back to the tarot cards. With some of the cards that we've pulled, to me this feels like an ancient connection, one that has maybe traversed many lifetimes. The word starseed comes to mind when I look at this particular card. It is certainly a cosmic contract that didn't begin on Earth, so you might have been lovers or allies or even spiritual warriors in lifetimes where Earth was maybe not the playing field. We can see that there are poppies in the foreground of this card, and the symbolism of them, they talk about memory and rest, and they actually talk about the bridge between life and death. In modern times, they're very much linked to peace, especially after hardship or war. Suggesting to me that maybe you are trying to find peace after chaos in this particular lifetime. And that might include trying to make it work in the physical despite difficult odds. We then see the Chariot, and the message here is that of momentum, but it must be conscious. One of the most interesting things to me about the Chariot card, let me bring it closer to you, is that there are these horses that are moving it forward, but if we look, there are no reins to the horses. You can see the reins are going completely different direction. Now, how does the Emperor who drives the Chariot, how does he move them forward then? And that is through mindset and willpower alone. One or both of you might be driving toward union, but it's going to require inner alignment and clear direction. You absolutely cannot steer this chariot with doubt, only determination. So together, these cards, they suggest that this connection, it's real, it's ancient, it's purposeful, but to bring it into this grounded physical reality, there's going to be a lot of courage and clarity and willingness to overcome either inertia or fear. So will it survive Earth with this Six of Swords? And this pile, it speaks to those who maybe feel distance, whether that is actually physical distance or emotional gaps, or even timelines separating you and someone significant. This is a card that often speaks about a quiet grief. And this is not from drama or chaos, but through the ache of moving forward while not yet feeling whole. So traditionally, the Six of Swords is a card of transition. It's often difficult but a necessary journey toward peace. Now, in this particular deck, there is a couple of observations that I've made that are very different to a traditional deck. Let me bring it really close to you, and can you see that there is an angel that is at the lead of the boat? And this suggests that you are divinely guided and protected, that you're actually not moving blindly. Your soul knows where it's going, even if your mind does not. Now, there are two people that are sitting together, and this has always reminded me of mother and child. And, it can represent actual family dynamics, such as someone needing to choose between a child and a relationship. Or it could be talking about an inner child within you that longs to be held and seen and safe. Behind them, there is someone who is quietly guiding the boat with this long oar. And this could be the anchorman, perhaps even a guide or an ancestor that is helping you keep on course. It's not loud, it's not obvious, but it's something or someone that is helping you to navigate. So this is quite a beautiful message. It's that of healing and surrender and unseen support. And there's a promise that you're not making this crossing alone, even if it feels that way. I'm also getting that in order for this to survive the earthly world, you're going to have to trust and go with the flow on many instances. We're going to look at the oracle cards now, but before we do, I always like to remind you that this is a collective reading, and therefore you must always listen to your own intuition. If you would like to learn about your own soul contract, then you can find them linked within my bio. You would scroll down and you would scroll across, and you can see my soul contract reading, where we would look into soul contracts that were made prior to Earth, whether you're meant to come into union in this particular lifetime, and we would look at past lives and see what might be echoing from those lifetimes and influencing this particular lifetime. It's a very in-depth reading and loved by many. So now let's go back to these three cards that we had pulled as oracle. Together, these paint a very vivid picture. This star-crossed, it confirms what many of you have already sensed, that there's this connection that does feel fated and very complicated. Perhaps you've loved each other across lifetimes. There's something that feels very cosmic about your tie. It's not imaginary, but it is interwoven with soul purpose and timing. We then have the affluence card, and this is your reminder that love is not meant to come through lack, that you're being asked to elevate your worth emotionally, spiritually, and materially, so that you can receive love in the form that honors your growth. So if you've been stuck in dynamics that really drain or confuse you, this is a quiet nudge to remind you what is rich and nourishing and true. And then this gorgeous little love magic card. This is the shimmer, the spark, and the reason that you haven't forgotten. And this card really affirms that your connection holds power. But you also have this magic within you to create the love story that your soul desires, whether it is with them or someone new, or most importantly, yourself. There is not a simple yes or no as to whether you will survive Earth. If you both choose to rise into the frequency your soul contract intended, then love is possible in the physical, but it must be re-earned in this lifetime.